Hi, I'm Fraser Douglas, the avid tent camper.
I'm Alice Diaz.
In this video, we want to tell you about our recent trip to Horton State Park in Tennessee.
This park is located in Middle Tennessee, about 40 miles south of Nashville and about 10 miles east of Interstate 65. So on a cool, rainy January afternoon, we decided to get in the car and ride up to the park, about 70 miles north of our house. The park straddles a very busy U.S. Highway 31A with the campground and the golf course on the west side and the lodge, the restaurant, and the day activity area on the east side. And the Duck River runs right through the middle.
We'll start by describing the campground.
In my opinion, the best campsites for family tent camping are in the RV campground. Each campsite has a large level asphalt pad, water, electricity, a picnic table, a fire ring, and Wi-Fi. But this campground is set up on the side of a hill, and many campsites do not have any level ground space to set up a tent. This campsite, for example, has a very nice asphalt pad
That's flat, but you can't drive tent stakes into an asphalt pad. And then on each side, the ground falls off fairly sharply so that you couldn't put a tent over there because it's very sloped, and you couldn't put a tent over here because it's very sloped. And it's very sloped off the back. And so this site would not be a good one for tents.
So on this map, I circled the sites that had a little bit of extra ground space beside the campsite where you could set up a tent. For example, this is site 23 that shows a tent set up on the side of the campsite. Here are a few more sites that would be good to set up a tent. The best site, in my opinion, is number 29 because it sits at the top of a hill. It's very close to the bathroom, and it has a lot of extra space for a tent and a kitchen canopy. If you can't get one of these campsites with extra ground space, then you could set up your tent and your kitchen canopy on the asphalt pad, but you probably ought to bring some sandbags or extra weight to hold them down just in case the wind blows a little hard. In the center of the RV campground, you'll find a very nice bathhouse that has a nice sink area with countertops, nice shower area, and nice toilet stalls. The cost of a campsite for a weekend in June would be about $70. Behind the RV campground, there is a hammock camping only area that has 6 campsites. Near the entrance to the campground, you'll find a very nice little camp store with basic provisions, Cotton, the barred owl, Buddy, the red-tailed hawk, and some nice playground equipment. The park also has a tent campground at the bottom of the hill along the shore of the Duck River with 10 campsites and a bathroom in the center. Although the park website shows photos of tents set up on tent pads, we did not see any tent pads on the day we visited. These sites had a picnic table, a fire ring, a pedestal grill, and they were located on the banks of the Duck River where there was a nice walking trail and several good fishing spots. But they do not have water or electricity at the campsite. When we drove through the campground, we stopped to talk with a family that was camped in site number 1 despite the cool, rainy weather. In addition to the tent campground, there is a primitive tent camping area with 9 more campsites. These sites offer considerable privacy, but they're a long way away from the bathroom. They don't have water or electricity hookups.
Now we will describe the hotel and day use area.
As you enter the east side of the park, a nice hotel and conference center is located directly on your right side. A new restaurant scheduled to open in May of 2021 is to your front left. And a nice, large, Olympic-sized swimming pool with a snack bar is located on your front right. And hopefully it will reopen in June of 2021. If you turn right at the swimming pool, you'll begin driving around a drive that completely encircles this part of the park. The first recreational areas you'll notice will be some tennis courts, volleyball courts, and basketball courts. And then a little further along the drive, you'll see some rental cabins.
This place has a nice frisbee golf place with a lot of trees. And there is a large activity field.
Okay. Ready.
And here is a picnic area with a pedestal grill.
And then point down there, right next to the river.
And right next to the river with rain. And it's raining.
In the large activity field, you'll see a few picnic pavilions, many picnic tables, and a few playgrounds. In addition to fishing in the Duck River, you can schedule a park ranger-led kayak tour down the river, or you can go to a local canoe livery and rent canoes for float down the river. And golfers will enjoy visiting the pro shop and playing a round or two of golf. So if you live near the Middle Tennessee area, or if you're traveling up or down I-65, you may want to consider stopping and spending a few nights at this park. I think you'll enjoy your visit if you do.
Remember, take more trips, travel further, visit more attractions, and save money. Go tent camping.
For more information about great family tent camping destinations in the eastern United States, and for more information about family tent camping equipment and procedures, please visit my website, moderntentcamping.com. A link to my website is provided in the description below. You should also read my book, Basic Tent Camping, and follow my Facebook page, Modern Tent Camping. Thanks for watching.